Shanti, I want to ask you something about regrets and looking back at things you should have done. And we, we often look back and say we should have done this or we should have done that. And I think it creates a lot of, maybe it creates anxiety in and of itself, but it
Yes,
certainly creates an unhappy situation, like
yes.
looking at it.
So we should learn to live in the present. Live one day at a time, 1 hour at a time, one moment at a time. But practically it's impossible to live one moment at a time. We cannot avoid past because there are memories, and we cannot avoid future. So we can include past and future to what extent? From the past. We go to past only for remembering the lessons we learned from the past. That is all its value. And we don't have to go too much detail in the past. Just some of the major lessons you learned. It's a simple thing. You put your hand on the fire and you got burnt. So you remember the lesson, fire burns. You don't have to go into detail who did and what did and all the details, just the lesson. If you stay too much in the past, then first thing comes is regret. Like, I wish I did that. I wish I should not have sold my property, or I should have sold. I should have bought stock. I should have this. It's gone. Past is gone. So regret, no use going back to past. Other thing, you go to the past, you build attachment. My childhood friend, and we were playing together. Now he doesn't even look at me. See, regret. So regret and attachment. Now future, if you think about future, generally you have worries and fear, because if you think further in the future, so what do we need to do for future? You only get the direction, what direction I'm taking. Once you take the direction, you are on the highway and you are on the right highway, then you keep your eyes on the road. Keeping eyes on the road is living in the present. Future is only to set your GPS, and it will do everything. Okay, so this is future. Then present, some people say like living in the present is just like go, don't think. That is not so. If you live in the present, like a sheep that keeps the head down and just goes in the present, doesn't know where he is going or following someone. So living in the present doesn't mean you don't think. You think, you plan, but you don't waste so much time on planning, but you be more in the present. Think one day at a time. So this is living in the present. We have to have evaluation and introspection. Evaluation, like who am I, what I am, where I want to go. And introspection, who am I, what are my qualities. So we have to keep that in mind. But that does not interfere with our present existence. All these things can happen very quickly in a past, future, and our direction, and we can enjoy the present. So let go of all the past as much as you can. Let go of the future. Past is history, future is a mystery, and present is the present of life, gift of life. That means more we live in the present, more we will be improving our future. Future is nothing but extension of present. And present moment we don't act, it is gone. Once the arrow leaves the bow, it's done, you cannot take it back. Okay. So any action of the present is very important. Present action also we refer to not only doing, but thinking, intention, and our speech. So this is the major area to look at. What we think, our intention, and then action will follow. So this is living in the present. We enjoy life more fully being in the present. This is easy to talk about, but when you apply, then you get more and more direction. So the philosophy is such that you first get the seeds, think about it, apply it, and more you apply, more clarity you get. Just like in the past, like we talked about attachment, non-attachment, and all other things, that makes sense as time goes by. So you cannot attain instantaneously. So you need patience and perseverance. Okay. Anything else on this?
No, I understand what you're saying. It's just has to, you have to, I guess, think about it, and maybe you could implement it more, but it's just
Yes.
not going to happen
Yes.
overnight.
Even we discussed earlier, even if you recognize where I'm making mistake, that is the first step for waking up. When we are not aware, we don't even know what we are doing or why we are doing, why are we miserable. But once you recognize what is causing the problem, then we can work on the solution.